Good day, I am William Theo, and this is PTV News Now. The United States has announced the creation of a multinational security force that will patrol the Red Sea and protect vessels that have been increasingly under attack by Houthi rebels. VOA's Veronica Balderas Iglesias explains the initiative's importance.
In response to increasing attacks on commercial vessels by Houthi rebels in Yemen, more than a dozen countries, including the United States, will now jointly patrol and share intelligence in the southern Red Sea and the Gulf of Aden. U.S. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin explained the need for the so-called Operation Prosperity Guardian during a visit to Bahrain on Tuesday.
10 to 15% of global trade moves through the Red Sea. So keeping that trade flowing without interruption or harassment is important for all of our countries. And it's vital to maintaining the rules-based international order.
The Iranian-backed Houthi rebels say their actions are in retaliation for Israel's military operations in Gaza. But worldwide condemnation of the rebels' actions is only growing louder, said National Security Council spokesman John Kirby during a briefing at the White House.
Secretary Austin also convened in the region a meeting with ministers, chiefs of defense, senior representatives from 43 countries, as well as the European Union and NATO to discuss what we're doing in response to this increased threat.
In Gaza Tuesday, there was no respite from the Israeli military offensive against Hamas militants, who on October 7th launched an attack on Israel, killing at least 1,200 people and taking more than 200 hostage. But Israeli President Isaac Herzog did leave the door open for a negotiated truce with their leadership.
Israel is ready for another humanitarian pause and additional humanitarian aid in order to enable the release of hostages. And the responsibility lies fully with Sinwar and the leadership of Hamas.
Hamas senior official Bassem Naim made the group's stance clear.
We affirm our position of categorically rejecting to hold any form of negotiations over prisoners exchange under the continuing Israeli genocidal war. We are, however, open to any initiatives that contributes to ending the aggression on our people and opening the crossing to bring in aid and provide the relief to our Palestinian people.
He noted that the Ministry of Health in Gaza estimates the death toll of Palestinians has reached almost 19,500, with more than 52,000 civilians injured. VOA cannot independently verify those figures. Veronica Balderas Iglesias, VOA News, Washington.
Friends and family mourned on after an Israeli army reservist officer was killed in the fighting in Gaza. Captain Rotem Yosef Levi, 24, was killed amid the ongoing conflict between Israel and the Palestinian Islamist group Hamas. The head of the CIA jetted to Europe for talks with Israeli and Qatari officials, sounding out the potential for a deal on a new ceasefire and the release of hostages in Gaza. As in the United States, Defense Secretary spoke to Israeli military leaders about scaling back major combat operations against Hamas. Still, there was no sign that a shift in the war was imminent after more than 2 months of devastating bombardment and fighting. Fierce battles raged in northern Gaza, where residents said rescue workers were searching for the dead and the living under buildings flattened by Israeli strikes. This is William Theo. Stay informed, be aware, get ahead, get the news right here.